Hey everyone, welcome to That's Good Denver. I'm your host Chris Romeo, and today I'll be breaking down the Denver Nuggets season, their 2024-2025 season. As the Nuggets say, had an alright season. I mean, Nuggets finished 50 and 32, fourth place in the West. Defense was a big problem for the Nuggets this year. Jokic had the best season of his career again. The dude Jokic is just not slowing down and stuff. He had his first 30-20-20 game. He also had a 61-point game against the T-Wolves this year. Nuggets lost. I'll get probably more into that in a little bit. But the Nuggets, they started off really bad this year. They were 11-10 at one point. Then going into the All-Star break, the Nuggets were on an 8-game winning streak, beating a lot of crappy teams. Nuggets were starting to hit their stride. Jamal Murray was starting to play well, 36-19. Then in March, we were just like win one, lose one. As the Nuggets' schedule got tougher, they started losing more games, and it was kind of just up and down. Defense is a big problem all year after losing KCP. And most of you probably know the Nuggets fired their head coach. The Nuggets fired their head coach Michael Malone. Nuggets fired their GM Calvin Booth. I don't know why we got rid of Michael Malone. I mean, I thought he pushed his players to his potential, but I'm definitely glad we got rid of Calvin Booth 15 minutes later. Calvin Booth has not done anything to help this Nuggets team ever since Denver won the title 2 years ago when the Nuggets won the championship in 2023. We let Bruce Brown walk. We let Jeff Green walk. Lost some key bench players there. Then this past offseason, we lost KCP, who is clearly our best defender. And, Calvin Booth's best move he ever made was probably bringing in Russell Westbrook in the past 2 years. In the past 2 years, his best move was Russell Westbrook, which is fine. I get it. You don't have the money to pay KCP. You don't. You bring in Russell Westbrook, who can score points, but he's like a cancer to any team he plays for, with the turnovers and missed layups. But then going to the trade deadline, even though the Nuggets were still good, we were like third in the West, 36-19. Defense was obviously a big problem for this Denver team all year. Like a lot of games the Nuggets would score 135, but they'd also give up 129. And it's hard to win a lot of those games where you're giving up so many points. And Nuggets were the worst defensive rebounding team in the league this year, I think. Or one of the worst. And really bad defense, our 3-point differential was mind-boggling a lot of times this year. And, then going to the trade deadlines, defense was obviously a big concern if the Nuggets wanted to win the championship. Calvin Booth made no trades at the trade deadline. He didn't look into trading Dario Saric, Zeke Naji to try to get more defense. And the thing with the Nuggets, the Nuggets have the best starting five with Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, and Christian Brown. But they have like the worst bench, and the fact that they didn't make any trades didn't make any sense. So the Nuggets are fourth in the West. They'll play the Clippers round one. I think this is going to be a good series. I think the Nuggets will win in 6, but then the Nuggets will have to play OKC in the second round, which I think they'll lose that one. But who knows, you never know when you have the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic. So the Nuggets stand all right season. Like I said in the last video, I have a much better feeling about the Avalanche winning the Stanley Cup than I do about the Nuggets winning the championship, but still a good time to be a Denver sports fan with 4 Denver playoff teams, and I got to watch the Broncos clinch the playoffs in person. I got to watch the Avalanche clinch the playoffs in person, and I saw the Nuggets beat the Pacers, and Nuggets won for my birthday, so it's a good life in the Mile High City. That's it, everybody. Jokic had an MVP type season. It's between Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for MVP, but we'll see what happens in the playoffs. But this is the best time of year with NHL playoffs, with the Avalanche in the playoffs. Avalanche have a good shot at winning the Stanley Cup, and the Nuggets in the playoffs. No matter what happens, it's gonna go as expected with the Nuggets and Avalanche, I feel like. But like, subscribe, comment. I'm Chris Romeo, and that's good Denver.